Hey, how's it going, everyone? I hope you're doing fine. Having a blessed Ramadan. My name is Ishraq,
And I'm Sreeraj.
and for today's edition for the Mid Row Guys podcast, it's gonna be because video games.
Yup, guys, today's all about video games.
Alright. Now, video games. Tell me, Brother Sri, I know. You're an avid gamer and you enjoy playing it. Now, this might be a bit, this might be a bit silly, but why do you actually enjoy it in the first place?
Come on, Ishraq. Everyone likes video games. It's quite entertaining in all lot of forms. And it's also readily accessible, and you can access it pretty much anywhere, even
Mm-hmm.
with or without the internet. Even computers, when you purchase them, some of them already have few games already
Mm-hmm.
pre-installed in there.
Uh-huh.
Well, to me personally, I like to play Dota 2 and maybe some outliers like Minecraft, some other
Uh-huh.
smaller titles.
I see. I like how you mentioned accessibility. Now, I know that Dota is actually a free game that you can access from the platform Steam. But how about
Yep.
Minecraft? You don't see that in Steam, and is it actually free?
Well, Minecraft you have to purchase and it's not on Steam. It's on a different company. It's
Yeah.
from Mojang and well Microsoft now.
Uh-huh.
And it's quite pricey. Well, if I remember, it's somewhere around 20 euros or 25 euros. I'm not really sure on the price, but it's around that. Like it costs that much to get the original version for
So
the
you're
game.
saying 20 euros, that would translate to somewhere around 120 ringgit. Now tell me, is that an affordable, reasonable price?
Well, to be honest, I'll say no. But to me, it's a yes.
I
But
see,
the
I see.
reason I say yes because I've been following up the games. I've been reading news about the games since I
Mm.
would say 2013 or 14, somewhere around that.
Yeah,
And I only purchased the game. It's around I would say at the end of 2018, maybe early 2019.
I
I'm not
see.
really sure on the date, but it took me like around 5 4 years just to
Uh-huh.
make sure I really want it and actually made the commitment of buying the game.
I see. So you took the long-term approach to properly analyze whether it's actually worth it to get this game, and you finally made the decision a couple of years ago. Am I correct?
Yep, exactly.
All right, that's great. But talking about the price point, I remember recently my brother he bought this Minecraft game, but not from the official site, but he bought it from Shopee for about, I don't know, 15 ringgit. Now you tell me, is that the difference compared to this version and the other?
Well, I'm not really sure about on other shopping
Mm-hmm.
websites because I only know there's two ways. Well,
Mm-hmm.
before I knew about Shopee, one is going through the main website through Mojang and buying them from the full price, or you get everything original. You have
Yeah,
your account, and
yeah.
secondly, it's well a little shady business, which is pirating it.
I
Well,
see.
you do get the game, but well, it has its limitations since it's not
I
really
see. I see. I
original.
see. I see. Interesting. I remember playing Minecraft back in the days. I think it was in 2012. I downloaded a cracked copy, so it's an offline. So totally, I couldn't really access the full features of the game or meeting with other players online. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I think the perks of playing offline is that I could really access the cheat module. I could literally build anything out of it. But the only downside is I couldn't share, what I built with others. And I think that's something that I'm quite sad. But now that you were saying it's 20 ringgit, it's still a dissuading fact for me. What do you say about
Well, I will say actually during the old days, we
that?
still
Yeah, yeah.
could have a multiplayer on the
Uh-huh.
pirated versions, but
Yeah.
it's still limited. But I
Uh-huh.
will also emphasize on this.
Mm,
Minecraft is only half as fun without friends. The half
I,
of the fun is with the friends.
I see.
You get together, you do something together. That's the most entertaining stuff you can ever do.
I see. That's quite interesting. At the end of the day, it's all about the friendships that you can make out of the game, isn't it?
Exactly.
Right, that's great,
Well,
man.
what about you, Ishraq? I've been seeing you playing CSGO
Oh
with
man,
a few friends on Steam.
Oh man, you caught
Come
me
on,
right
there's
there.
also yep. there's also,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but why CS:GO, man? There's other first person shooter games.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Why do you choose CS:GO? Not what? Care to elaborate on your CS:GO addiction, if possible?
I mean, what can I
Got it,
say,
got
man?
it.
I mean, what can I say? You caught me right there. I mean, initially I had a plan to play the game itself after this session, after this podcast session. So why CS:GO? Why did I choose it? I mean, there are a lot of other shooting games. I mean, I don't know. There's just something about the game. I've been playing it for the past 5 years. I remember buying this game for about 21 ringgit, and I mean, for that very price point during that time, it was affordable, and as a matter of fact, it is my very first legitimate, legitimate game that I bought with my very own money.
Oh, I
So
see.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
You have that commitment. You have that, that
I
feeling, man. You're the first ever game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, yeah, you imagine you just finished your SPM and you've got your savings, and you've got that financial freedom, that you can basically you can do whatever you want with that money. I mean, it was a young time. I was young back then, so I didn't really consider the pros and cons. I just got the game myself.
I mean, I totally understand you, man, because
Hmm.
Minecraft is my first game I ever purchased, so I do
Yeah,
have the feeling too.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
just simply let go because
Mhm.
it's your first game. You can't
Definitely.
just do that.
Hmm. Yeah, you were saying again. I think I didn't get that part clear though.
You can't just simply let go of something that you hold so close to you, man.
Yeah, that's
It's
quite deep,
just
man.
there. Yeah, I know.
That is quite deep.
You have that
I
feeling.
I think the thing about CS:GO is that it's just any game that you have guns and you shoot the enemy. Actually, there is more to it than meets the eye. I mean,
The
okay, let's see.
sentimental value.
Uh, I mean, you learn a lot of other things as well. For instance, strategy planning. You gotta really think ahead of what you want to do during each round. You got to think of where you want to breach the area. Say you got bomb site A, you got bomb site B. You can't go all alone to bomb site A while the rest of your teammates are heading the opposite way. Definitely, you're just requesting for an early and quick death, and who would want that? You'll be branded toxic. In worst case scenario, you might even get kicked out of the team. And trust me, that ain't the best feeling ever.
Yeah, I've heard many stories like those,
Hmm.
man. Those stories just keeps on coming.
The stories never end, man. The stories never end.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I could even
yeah.
relate this to Dota 2. In some ways,
Hmm.
it's quite similar, the process.
Hmm.
You have to perform well, make sure you don't burden your other allies.
Hmm. That's
The
true.
process is quite similar, but it's in its own way.
That is true. That is 100% true. Besides strategy, there's also the economic side to it. You have to have a proper financial planning in purchasing the uh, required items for, let's say, for CS:GO weapons. You don't want to really go broke. Imagine having pistols and your enemies are using AK-47. That's just you
That will be
know
a terrible, that
you
will be
really
a
want to imagine
terrible
what's going to
meeting.
happen, and definitely, you're just going to keep on losing and losing and losing, and that in it itself would just destroy the whole gaming mood. And you know, I've
Yeah,
faced
if
so many times.
something like that happens, it will ruin the fun for everyone else too.
Yep, that is true.
It's quite bad, quite
That is true.
well. I can say, as you say, toxic.
Toxic. Yeah, speaking about toxic, I wanted to touch something about, there is this stigma that Dota is a lair for toxic players, to keep on attacking
Oh,
each other, especially the new players, the newbies. Now imagine I've never played Dota for myself, even though I've had interest in getting into the game. I want to get into the game, but then keep on hearing these stories that, the pro players, they will taunt you, they will scare you, they will bully you virtually, of course, and this in itself will just dissuade you from entering the game. So what do you think about that? Are these allegations true in any way?
well, I will say mostly true,
Mm-hmm.
well, which really hurt the community.
Oh
Because
man.
because this caused the community to not to grow properly.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get new players. I would say the reason why this is occurring because like good players, which I'll say higher rank, they lose their games at their rank, so they got
Mm-hmm.
mad or salty
Mm-hmm.
or anything. Then
Mm-hmm.
they go to a Smurf account, which is a alternate account, and they go bully weaker players, which are lower rank than what they are supposed to be. So this will discourage the new players to play because they keep getting bullied, and
Mm-hmm.
they get so which really, as I said earlier, hurts the community, prevents it from growing even bigger, slowing down its progress. Well, so the allergies, they are slightly true, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like how you also mentioned Smurfs. You know, we also use that very same term in CS:GO. So imagine you're just a silver ranked player, and you know you're just going on about having a competitive gaming session, and you're supposed to be going against equal level players. You know, the silver players, but somehow these silver players are too good for their rank, and it gets you thinking. You know, do I really belong in this in this bracket? You know, do I really belong in this matchmaking? Like, somehow they keep on dominating, and you keep dying, and you know you don't really have fun anymore.
Yeah, it's true. This will cause them to leave the game. At
Yeah,
some point, they will leave it because they don't really find enjoyment in the game,
yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
is quite bad. It's quite a serious issue to a point.
I mean, it's been an issue for quite some time. I mean, even since back in the days when I started
Yeah.
playing.
Okay. Enough with the negative stuff. How about something positive? Well, I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
say
yeah,
like in Dota, there's a positive community side, which is
yeah,
the
yeah.
modding community.
All right.
Because
Tell me more about this.
I've seen like YouTubers like
Uh huh.
use a YouTuber he actually try to create a small modding community
All
because that
right.
in Dota though there's a section
Yeah.
called arcade games, which
Uh
is
huh.
what the users
Uh huh.
we ourselves to create some um, mode mini games in the
Yeah, yeah.
Dota 2 game itself. So it's a like
Mm-hmm.
alternate games. So this YouTuber he tried to make them come out,
Yeah.
help me teach people how to code, how to
Mm-hmm.
do basic coding. I will say like this basic code will help improve their lives. Like they could bring the skills they learned to another platform,
Uh huh.
do
Uh huh.
something more beneficial. So
All
it's like
right.
a small
All
thing that
right.
can help the people. And also I'll say I also see this in Minecraft, which is way bigger because I've
Mm-hmm.
seen people who just play the game. There's like they will end the game because they got bored. But there's also some people who keeps playing it, but not for the reason you thought, like just finish completing the game. But they
Yeah.
focus on small niche, such as like modding, building cool builds, and code. I mean, you can Google some of them. Just
Yeah.
if you play like Minecraft builds, you see some
Uh huh.
awesome builds.
Yeah.
Even myself, I'll say I did some
Moddings as well.
cool build. I mean, not mods, cause it's too
Yeah.
high. But
Yeah.
I'll say builds.
Yeah, when you mentioned modding, I remember back in the days when I started Minecraft, they had these mods where you can actually replicate scenes from movies. Let's say Harry Potter, for instance. You know, you can actually build Hogwarts inside Minecraft. And I mean, like, yeah, I mean, if you read it from sentence wise, you wouldn't really believe it, but when you actually see it, it's totally a sight for sore
Yeah,
eyes, you know?
yeah, you will have the feeling like someone actually built this in a video
Yeah,
game and it looks awesome.
exactly, man.
And you will think of yourself like you could also might do that too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
yeah, inspirational ideas.
yeah. But what did you actually build though?
Well, I did build a big structure in my
Yeah,
survival world. Maybe I could show a picture to you
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
the fan, if
Um,
it's possible.
yeah, it's possible, but
But
Mhm,
I'll say a simple story. It started out as a friendly survival server. So
yeah.
I started out as normal on the island. Well, because
Hmm.
I don't know why I started on the island, but well, it just happened. So
All
it
right, Lonely
slowly built
Island.
up. I got bored. Yeah. I build a house, I
Yeah,
take
yeah.
the game that normally,
Uh-huh.
and I reach all the end goals. I have literally all the items. I got
Uh-huh.
bored. Then there's something in me tick. Maybe I can do something more. Then
Uh-huh.
I start slowly building a large circle around it, and slowly it adds up, and you have a like I would even say it's a mega structure.
Oh,
Quite
damn.
awesome.
I
It's quite
see, I see.
awesome.
So, how long it took you though?
Well, I don't remember, but it took quite a long because it's in survival. You have to place each block manually.
I
I would
see.
say a week and a half
Uh-huh,
of
uh-huh.
like 2 hours
Uh-huh.
daily.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
But the end result, I would say, satisfying.
I
It
see,
was
I
damn
see.
satisfying.
I mean, like, do you consider yourself throughout these journeys that you've embarked on building various buildings, various mods? Do you ever consider yourself that at one point in your life, you're actually addicted to the game to a point that you are having you're having a hard time to control yourself?
Well, I wouldn't say it's an
Yeah,
addiction. It's more like the drive to complete it, to
the
make sure
drive,
you finish
the
your
fire, the
project.
energy. The
Yeah,
uh-huh, uh-huh,
because you want the feeling. You felt the feeling of like completion
uh-huh,
before,
uh-huh.
so you want to feel it again. So
I see.
the drive keeps on pushing you to make sure you complete it.
I see, I see. Is that vision of
Mm,
satisfaction of getting after seeing your hard work, the fruits of your labor at the end of the day. It's
exactly
all
right.
about that, isn't it?
Yep,
And
exactly.
speaking of labor, I've recently got the opportunity to visit your Dota profile in Steam. And it seems you're like
Oh
one of
no.
the it seems you're like one of the top 4,000 players in the region, Southeast Asia. That's an amazing feat. I just want to congratulate you before that. And I just want to ask you, man, how long it took you to get there? No, I mean, how is it even possible? Do you mind telling me something about that? That
Oh my god, I got caught red-handed. Well, it's a long story. It's all started in Dota 1. Well, you get the idea. So
mm-hmm,
it's actually I've been playing such the Dota game
mm-hmm,
quite
mm-hmm.
a long time
All
since
right.
Dota 1, and then it moves on to Dota 2. So in Dota it says I started at 2012, but I will say it's a lie because I've started with Dota 2 in my brother's account, which is
Uh-huh.
another a year before,
I
and
see.
then in Dota 1 there's like another 2 or 3 more years back. So I
Uh-huh.
have a long history on it. So
Oh.
the progression, I will say the progression is quite bit slow. I see in YouTube
Mm-hmm.
how other players, professional, maybe semi-pro plays,
Mm-hmm.
how they make their decision. Some tutorial
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
on YouTube, and it slowly builds up. It
I
adds
see.
up
I
over
see.
time, and before you know it, you already reach quite a high point.
So
I'm
it's
pretty
like
sure that
uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, you were saying?
yeah, I mean, I spent, I would say,
Mm.
3,000 hours, something like
3,000
that.
hours. That's like, I don't know how many days is that? How many days?
3,600, let me just see,
Yeah, you want to do quick
3,600.
math? Quick math.
3,600, oh my god.
But I mean, with
Well,
all these hours invested, the rankings, the current ranking that you have right now, have you ever considered to go professional?
well, I always did. Well, when I started Dota, when I feel like I'm getting good, I did
Yeah.
consider it.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't really invest a lot in
Yeah.
going
Mm-hmm.
pro because
Yes,
there's
yes.
like I want a solid foundation before I do that, which
I see,
is
I see. So,
what you see right
mm-hmm.
now. I still,
Mm.
even if you see like maybe I'm quite high now, but I still
Yeah.
don't feel confident yet. If I don't feel the foundation is done, I
Hey,
still need to go up
that's
more.
that's just an impressive, amazing feat, from an outsider's point of view. But
Uh,
yeah, but again, I also want to touch on that matter. Do you actually think that gaming can be made as a possible side career or even a full-time job, especially or right now, currently in university? Do you think it's actually possible to achieve that dream?
I mean, I would say yes because
Mm-hmm.
there's quite clear examples out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Mm-hmm.
pro players, esports, there's tournaments. They're earning thousands, even
Mhm.
millions. Well, the only issue is you have to reach to that point. That's the hardest bit.
The hard
I
work,
mean,
eh?
it's yeah,
The
you
hard
have
work.
to put all in your hard work.
The same rules apply, eh?
Yep, in your normal career or your esports career, the same rule does apply. You have to put your effort in. You can't escape from that.
Because I've always wondered about this, there is always that notion in society, or maybe society, or at least a portion of them, that, they would trust that by having these virtual job, by gaming, whether it could actually generate a real income, the real world. But, for instance, look at Kenny S, the top player for G2 esports in CSGO. He's literally a millionaire right now, and he's earning way more than what a normal average salary person could possibly earn in a single lifetime. So,
Well, that yeah,
mhm,
it's true. But I will also say that it's also some jobs that allow you to earn the same amount.
mhm,
So
mhm,
it's
mhm.
like all about the effort you put in. So it's really balanced out.
And
Well, only thing is
uh-huh.
yeah, only thing is esports. There's a chance. If maybe you have the talent, you can have a head start.
You're saying like you're gifted with talent?
Yeah, something like that. But it does still apply in normal careers.
So,
If
are
you
you
have
saying
a
like uh,
feeling,
mhm. Yeah, you were saying.
yeah, this like, you just continue.
Okay, sorry. Wanted to ask, I was quite excited by the prospect. So, you're actually saying that you have to actually be gifted to have these talents. So, is it possible by through hard work, through long hours, you play every night, you could possibly get up there, reach that, that dream?
Yeah, it's both ways. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
would to me, I consider talent as just like a little head start. That's all, nothing
Oh,
more.
I
You
like that.
can
That's
earn
quite deep,
it
man.
by
That
hard
is deep.
working.
A little head
Yeah,
start.
it's just a little head start. That's
I
all.
see. I see. I
That's all.
see.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And
What about you, Isha?
I don't know, man. I
What
mean,
about you? Do you have like same
yeah, I mean, yeah,
community effects
I've
in
had the
other?
same thoughts, to be honest. And, it got me to a point that I actually contemplated about it, especially at these current crossroad of my academic career right now. Do I actually want to pursue my academic career right now, or should I just opt for gaming? Do I really want to work every day, 9 to 5 weekdays for the rest of my life? Maybe just take a gamble and pursue what I really enjoy or make serious cash out of it. These two options, these two prospects, it got me thinking, especially during these times, during the CMCO,
Yeah, that's
you can't go out, you're having online classes,
everything's online.
exactly the things that,
There's also video games.
exactly, when you don't when you get addicted, when you don't really discipline yourself, and you tend to gain way more than you actually do, and suddenly you have these thoughts, maybe I should actually turn pro. It's quite dangerous, but also it's quite uh it's something fresh, something new
Yeah,
for you to consider about. What do you think,
there's always the risk there, man. There's always the risk. You have to
Mhm.
choose wisely. You have to weigh in
Yes,
the
yes.
pros and cons. You have to make the right decision for yourself. But
That is
there's
true,
always
man.
that option over there, right at the
Mm-hmm.
corner. You could
Mm-hmm,
be.
mm-hmm.
You could.
That is true.
You can
Now,
just do it.
mm-hmm. Now, of course, like any other careers out there, hard work, dedication, these are absolutely vital to ensure longevity, success, and the same rule applies for gaming. Don't you agree about that?
Yeah, exactly. It applies. It doesn't
And
matter what game. The
mm-hmm,
same rule does still applies
mm-hmm,
to everyone. You
definitely,
put in the effort, you will achieve what you want, or at
exactly.
least get close to it.
Exactly, man. And there is no two way to this, and it's times like these, with the currency at CO, you're having online classes, and of course, the abundance, you're suddenly having a lot of time to game or wink wink. You you tend to think about
Yeah.
this. Now, disclaimer wise, no, I'm not actually, or we are not actually advocating to any of the listeners out there to consider these parts. We're merely discussing, or we're merely exploring the viabilities of these good careers, and it's good if you enjoy doing it. You know,
Yeah, you have to have fun, man.
that
It's
is
a
true.
video game.
That is
There
true.
has to be a slight
Mm-hmm.
entertainment point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is true, man. All right, all right, all right.
Uh,
Okay, if you have reached this far and you have continued to listen on, you have our deepest thanks, our
Thank
gratitude
you very
from
much.
the from the very bottom of our heart. It
Uh-huh.
means a lot, and we totally appreciate it. But
Every view counts.
every view, it's not about the views, man. It's about the message that we're trying to send. And
Yeah,
yeah, and with that being said, I think that's going to do it for this podcast. If you have enjoyed it, please, consider subscribing to our channel, and of course, hit that like button. If you don't, it's fine. It's completely fine, to hit that dislike button. And maybe let us know how we can improve ourselves down in the comment section below. We are more than willing to hear. Well then, I'm Ishraq,
and I'm Sreeraj.
and we'll see you in the next one. Have a blessed day.
Goodbye.
Bless up.